Thank you, Jake. The Senate could vote as early as today on a resolution that would eventually block some of President Donald Trump's tariffs. Bill co-sponsor Senator Rand Paul predicts enough of his fellow Republicans will vote with Democrats for the resolution to pass. The Constitution gives Congress the power to impose the president's duties, but a law lets the president do so under, quote, unusual and extraordinary threats. Trump's executive order from April 2nd declares trade deficits rise to that level. The Senate resolution would terminate that declaration. Still, many House Republicans split from Rand Paul, instead supporting the president's tariffs.
I have two objections. One is the emergency, and then there's the economic objection to tariffs.
When you're going through all this, you got to take the long view. And I think his policy decisions are the right ones. And I think over time that will bear fruit.
Earlier this month, the Senate passed a similar resolution blocking tariffs on Canadian goods. It was effectively dead on arrival in the House. Many expect this new bill to have the same outcome. Kansas Representative Derek Schmidt weighed in on President Trump's tariffs last night. The president's tariff policy impacts Kansas because Kansas is a commodity state. Schmidt believes Kansans understand the tariffs, but he understands their concerns as well.
People understand that the use of tariffs this aggressively is a high-risk strategy, but it's high risk, high reward. And I think most folks understand at home. They're telling me that while they have some amount of nervousness, they understand what's going on and they are willing to hang on for the ride because they expect that high reward.
Schmidt says President Trump promised to tackle the economy, and he believes that is what he's doing with these tariffs.